Hey guys, welcome to Play Infinite, and like promised, I'm going to be comparing the Galaxy S2, the Galaxy Nexus, and the newly announced Samsung Galaxy S3. I'm going to go over all the specs of this phone, the features of this phone, what phone I think you should buy, and it's pretty obvious. Actually, it's not that obvious actually, but anyways, I'm going to go over that towards the end of this video. And right now you should be seeing some actual pictures of comparing the Galaxy S3, the new one, to the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. So while that's going on, I'm gonna be breaking down the specs for you guys. However, also after the pictures, there's like 8 or so pictures. Once I'm done showing those pictures, I'm gonna be I'll just show you guys the spec list, basically, like the actual chart comparison that I'm comparing. So let's start off with the Galaxy S2. The Galaxy S2, like if you're looking at the chart right now, the Galaxy S2 is on the left side, Galaxy Nexus in the middle, and Galaxy S3 on the side. The OS, all of them are running Android 4.0. The Galaxy S3 original came with Galaxy S2, sorry, came with 2.3.4. Now the Galaxy line of phones, the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy S3, sorry, are running TouchWiz 4.0. The Galaxy Nexus is on stock Android. It is made by Google. Remember, the Galaxy Nexus is like a Google Samsung smartphone. The resolution is where the Galaxy S3 kind of stands out. The Galaxy S3 and the Nexus, the Nexus and the S3 both have a 720p display, which means 1280 by 720 display, and the Galaxy S2 has an 800 by 480 display. The glass on these displays are pretty interesting. The first Galaxy uses Gorilla Glass. The Galaxy Nexus uses a fortified glass. Remember, it is curved, and the Galaxy S3 uses Gorilla Glass 2. So this is a new Gorilla Glass that Corning's been previewing. They said that it's like really thin and it has it's stronger. So that's that. CPU, on the other hand, Galaxy S3 is a clear winner here. The CPU of processor of the Galaxy S2 is a dual-core 1.2 or 1.5 gigahertz processor. The Galaxy Nexus processor is, again, it's dual-core, but it's 1.2 gigahertz. The Galaxy S3 blows it all away with a quad-core 1.4 gigahertz processor. So in the processor section, Galaxy S3 wins. Sorry, I meant to say Galaxy S3 has a quad-core processor. I don't know if I said Galaxy S2. Anyways, so far, I also want to mention the display size. So the Galaxy S3 is 4.8 inches, the Galaxy Nexus is 4.65 inches, and the Galaxy S2 is 4.3 or 4.5 inches. There's a lot of different models. You gotta take that into account. But anyways, the Galaxy S3 again comes out winner here with 4.8 inches. In terms of the glass, Galaxy S3 won. In terms of the processor, Galaxy S3 is better. So now let me move down one step and go on to like the graphics, or you can see the screen. So the screen on the Galaxy S2 is a Super AMOLED Plus display. On the Galaxy Nexus, it's an HD Super AMOLED display. On the Galaxy S3, it is the same as the Nexus, so an HD Super AMOLED display. The only problem about the Galaxy Nexus and Galaxy S3 screen, I wasn't too sure about Galaxy S2's. I don't think Galaxy S2 was like this, but the Galaxy S3 and the Nexus both have pentile displays, and honestly, I really hate those pentile displays. I don't know why Samsung keeps on pumping those out, even though they know a lot of people don't like it. For example, like HTC's One X doesn't use a pentile display, and it's a really nice display. I love the colors on it. It's a really nice display. I'll be doing comparisons of the Galaxy S3 to the iPhone 4S, to the HTC One X, and to the Lumia 900 in the next video right after this. And also, when I get my hands on the Galaxy S3 on May 29th in the US and in June in North America, but I'm going to be importing it from Europe. May 29th in Europe. So I'm going to be importing it from Europe. So I'll have it on launch day. I'll have like all the news for you guys. All the videos for you guys, like reviews, unboxings, all that stuff on the Galaxy S3, and I will even compare it to my HTC One X. So now let's get on to memory. It's all around the clock is 1 gigabyte of RAM. So Galaxy Nexus, S2, and S3 all 1 gigabyte. No winner there. However, the Galaxy S3 is obviously faster in general. Storage, the Galaxy S2 comes with 16 or 32 gigabyte. You could put a micro SD card in there. The Galaxy Nexus comes with only 16, 32, no micro SD, and the Galaxy S3 pops it in at 64 gigabytes, as well as the regular 16 and 32 gigabyte versions. It does come with a micro SD like the Galaxy S2. Front-facing camera, this is something different because Samsung actually bumped it down a bit, like by 0.1 megapixels. So the Galaxy S2 was 2 megapixels, the Galaxy Nexus 1.3, so the Nexus lost here. But remember, the S2 was 2 megapixels. For some reason, the S3 is 1.9 megapixel, and actually, I know the reason, and that's mostly because it is a very, very, very thin phone, which I'm gonna go over the dimensions in like a minute. So yeah, I think that's why Samsung had to bump it down by 0 0.1. Anyways, it's not a noticeable difference. You're not gonna notice it that much in the first place. Rear camera, it's an 8 megapixel Galaxy S2, 8 megapixel on the Galaxy S3 as well. However, it comes with AF plus HDR built in, and the Galaxy Nexus is a 5 megapixel AF camera. So the sensor, so that's that. So obviously here the Galaxy S3 wins, and Samsung's also saying it has like 0 shutter lag. I don't know what that means exactly, because it's like a company's marketing techniques. Some companies mean it one way, some companies mean another. We don't know how Samsung's saying it. Anyways, let's move on to some cellular data information. Galaxy S2 comes with HSPA plus, and like all these other networks like WiMAX and stuff. No LTE on the Galaxy S2. The Galaxy Nexus comes with LTE or HSPA plus, and the Galaxy S3 beats all of it with. Actually, technically, it doesn't beat all of it. It's like tied with Nexus. It has HSPA plus as well as LTE. The thing is, LTE is only for certain regions. It's not going to be for everywhere. I know the Europe version is only going to be HSPA plus, but you guys are getting it earlier. You have to keep that in mind. And I'm probably going to end up getting the HSPA plus version because I'm going to import my Galaxy S3, because again, the Europe version will probably come with a quad core. I'm not sure but if the North American's coming with a quad core or not. But anyways, I'll have tons of videos on that. The Bluetooth is Galaxy S3 one again with a 4.0 low energy Bluetooth. The Galaxy Nexus is a 3.0, and the Galaxy S2 is again 3.0, like plus HS. Orientation. So the Galaxy S3 has a lot of sensors in it, and I really don't want to go over it all, but it just has it one basically. I'm gonna go over only the Galaxy S3. So that's GPS, GLONASS, I don't know what that sensor is, an accelerometer, RGB light sensor, digital compass, proximity sensor, gyroscope, and barometer. So that's all that stuff built into the phone. Dimensions. So this is where it's very important for some of you guys. There is something weird you'll see. So let me start off with the Galaxy Nexus. So it's 135.5 by 67.9 by 89 by 8.94 millimeters. So it's 8.94 millimeters thin. So that's like the highlight there. The Galaxy S2 on the other hand, there's something weird. The one model, because again, like I said, there's different models of the Galaxy S2, right? So it's different dimension. The first model is a 125.3 by 66.1. Right, so far it's smaller than the Galaxy S Nexus with a 8.4 millimeters thin. So that's really thin. Or if you went for the other Galaxy S2 version, you are getting 129.8 by 69.6 by 9.65 millimeters. So 9.65 versus 8.4 for the Galaxy S2, and then the Galaxy Nexus was 8.95. The Galaxy S3 comes in at 136.6 with times by 70.6 and by 8.6 millimeters thin. So it really here depends on what model you have. If you have like the 9.65 millimeter Galaxy S2, then obviously the Galaxy S3 is thinner. But if you have the 8.4 millimeter Galaxy S2, then you have a thinner phone. But again, the Galaxy S3 is a lot faster. It has better specs. It's better all around. It's even a different design. So now let's go on to weight. The Galaxy S3 does weigh a lot, but it is less than the Galaxy Nexus. The Galaxy Nexus is 135 grams, the Galaxy S3 comes in at 133 grams, and the Galaxy S2 comes in at the lightest at 116 grams. The Galaxy S2 won there. NFC for the Galaxy S2 is optional, depends kind of. NFC for the Galaxy Nexus is there, and with Android Beam support and all that stuff, and the NFC for the Galaxy S3 is there as well with Samsung's S-Beam or something, whatever they're calling it. Multimedia comes with MHL ports for Galaxy. All of them come with MHL ports, but the Galaxy S3 comes with DLNA. The battery life, it's where it's going to be really important to you guys, and it's the last thing I'm talking about. The battery life of the Galaxy S2 is 1,560 milliamp hour battery. Galaxy Nexus 1,750 milliamp hour, and the Galaxy S3 comes in the winner at 2100 milliamps per hour. So that's a really nice battery life. You're gonna squeeze a lot out of this device, but you do have to keep in mind this is gonna be a quad core processor with a 4.8-inch touchscreen, so it's gonna take up a lot more battery life than regular. It's still the same HD Super AMOLED, so I don't expect a difference there, but it is obviously the bigger size when comparing with the Galaxy Nexus and S2. So the camera is bigger. Like especially if you get the LTE version, I would really watch out about the battery life. It's gonna drain so much. I could already see that happening. So anyways, that's it for this comparison video. I'm gonna be doing a future video comparing the Galaxy S3, the Galaxy, actually the Galaxy S2 I think is also in there, the iPhone 4S, and the Lumia 900, as well as the HTC One X. Again, a video like this I'm gonna make for those phones coming up right after this. Also, remember to subscribe to Play Infinite for more update on the Galaxy, for more updates, news, announcements, reveals, all that on the Galaxy S3, including reviews and unboxings that I'm gonna make personally, like videos on launch day on May 29th, 2012, when the Galaxy S3 does launch. So stay tuned to Play Infinite, subscribe to us, leave your comments or questions down below in the comment section. I kind of stuttered there, but anyways, leave it down below in the comment section, and I'll always reply to it. And again, I think I have nothing else to say. The Galaxy S3 is looking out to be a great phone. The design is different. It has a flat screen. It's not like curved like the Nexus or anything like that. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe to Play Infinite. Later.
Samsung Galaxy S3, designed for humans.